Hello guys! So today I thought I would do something that I haven't done in a while and post on my vlog channel. I think it's literally been many months since I last shared a video here, but one thing I'm often asked about is the books that are in the background when I'm filming on my shelf. And yeah, I'm just often asked about book recommendations in general, so I thought I would give you a bookshelf tour. So here we are, sitting in front of my lovely bookshelf, which honestly needs to be organized. But, okay, I haven't said this on my channel or anywhere, and knock on wood, everything goes through, but I should be moving in a couple of weeks. I will be buying my first house. Again, knock on wood that everything goes through. I swear this year, everything I've gotten excited for has just crashed and burned and not happened. And I'm usually someone who's very optimistic, and all the optimism has just been sucked right out of me. So I'm trying not to get my hopes up for anything, although obviously my hopes are up for this, and it we're going through the process, and this is like in the works. It's pretty much all but 100% locked in. But anyways, I am really scared that I just jinxed it by telling you guys. The point of me telling you that was I will reorganize all my books and everything when I move. That's my plan. So the vast majority of these are nutrition books, but I do have like a few fiction books mixed in. Most of them are nutrition. I have quite a few that are on sleep and just health in general. I have some cookbooks down here and just some random like Sudoku and whatnot. There are a couple on here which I haven't read, but I'm just gonna kind of go through the main ones and the ones that I highly recommend, just tell you like a little bit about them and what they are about. And I will put links in the description box down below to all of these books on Amazon if you want to check any of them out. All right, well, yeah, like I said, I usually have a couple books just behind me on my bookshelf in my office when I'm filming, and sometimes I kind of like mix up which books I have there. So this was my current stack, which I just brought down. I guess we'll start things off with The Case Against Sugar. If you have not read this book, it is an absolute classic. Gary Taubes is an investigative journalist, specifically focusing on like food, sugar, nutrition. I believe he is a low carb advocate. Yeah, I'm pretty sure he is. But this is one of the first books that I read when I was first just getting into health. And honestly, this is so eye-opening to how bad sugar is, how much sugar is in all the food we eat, and how we don't realize it. And then it goes into like the corruption with the sugar industry and the government, and like why it's on the food pyramid and blah, blah, blah. Well, not blah, blah, blah. I don't know why I just said that. It is a fantastic book. And this was probably the book that made me quit sugar initially. I've said this before on my channel, but there was like a period of at least like 1.5 to 2 years where I would not eat anything with sugar. I still don't eat sugar often, but like here and there, special occasions, I might have a dessert or whatnot. But there was a time where I would turn everything down, and I would be paranoid about the sauces people were cooking with and whatnot. And I mean, I've kind of eased back on that. I know that I can't be in control of everything, especially when I'm eating out or eating at someone else's house. But yeah, this fantastic read, especially for someone who is just getting into health or gifting this to a friend who you think needs to get a wake-up call and start thinking about their health. Then I have The Salt Fix, which again, I think is another absolute must-read. This is by Dr. James D. 𝘾𝙧𝗖𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏 pretty much like a salt researcher. He's published a whole bunch of studies on salt, the benefits of salt, how salt doesn't cause disease, how salt doesn't cause high blood pressure. It's all summarized in this book. Yeah, this really, really good read. And then the Obesity Code, Dr. Jason Fung, absolute classic. I'm sure most of you, if you're in the low carb space, you are familiar with Dr. Fung. He focuses a lot on fasting, intermittent fasting, prolonged fasting. Of course, he's into low carb diets as well and advocating for them. So he's a doctor who works with patients. I believe he started out as a kidney doctor. And this book is a lot about insulin resistance, about the connection with obesity, about different strategies to manage obesity. Like I said, fasting being the main one. That's really what Dr. Fung is all about. Again, really great starting place if you're just getting into health, nutrition, or you want to gift it to someone who is just getting into health and improving their health. And this one, I'm saying I love them all. I think I had a bunch of my favorites on my bookshelf upstairs. I mean, I do have there are a lot of books that I really, really enjoyed and that I think are fantastic resources. This is definitely one of them. So this is Sacred Cow by Diana Rogers, who is a registered dietitian, and Rob Wolf, who is one of the OG paleo advocates. Yeah, it's called Sacred Cow, The Case for Better Meat. Basically, this book is making a case for sustainable agriculture, for the importance of meat in our diet, for the important role it plays in the environment, and obviously our health, like I just said. And it also addresses the ethical component of eating meat and whether or not it is actually more ethical to avoid meat, and just everything that comes into play when we have that discussion, including people in third world countries who rely on meat. Can they be expected to eat a plant-based diet when they don't have access to all these fancy supplements and whatnot that people in the Western world have access to? It dives into all of those topics, and this is written in a really readable way. They have a whole bunch of questions, I believe, listed at the front of the book, so you can quickly take a look at, so you can quickly flip to the answer to any question if you just wanted to know it right off the bat. So starting off, we have, are humans omnivores? Are we eating too much meat? Does meat cause chronic disease? Is meat a healthy food, etc.? So yeah, you can quickly flip to whatever page and find the answer to your question if you just want a quick resource. But this is definitely in my top 5 recommendations. Okay. Deep Nutrition by Dr. Kait Shanahan. This is probably my number 1 recommendation. This one isn't as easy of a read as, let's say, Sacred Cow or the Obesity Code. Those ones are a little bit less comprehensive. This is a pretty thick book, and this is pretty small font. There is a lot of information packed in here. Basically, in this book, Dr. Shanahan is making the case for an ancestral diet and properly preparing food. So sustainable meat and animal products, of course, all pasture raised, and then like fermented food and like soaking nuts, sprouting grains, that sort of thing. It's not entirely like keto or low carb or paleo. It's really ancestral, I guess that is the best way to describe it. Yeah, the book is called Why Your Genes Need Traditional Food. So it goes a lot into epigenetics and how our diets change our gene expression. This also goes really deep into why vegetable oil is so toxic for our health. So if you really want to understand that more, because it is a little bit of a complex subject, then definitely check this book out. Okay, next up I have Lies Your Doctor Told I was like reading the back and it wasn't the title, so I was getting thrown off. Lies My Doctor Told Me. This is by Dr. Ken Berry, who I'm sure you are familiar with here on YouTube. I have a confession. This is one of the ones I haven't read yet, but I love everything Dr. Ken Berry does. I look up to him in a lot of ways, and yeah, he is a great advocate for low carb diets and for people taking control of their health. This is one of the next books that I'm going to be reading, but yeah, this is a beautiful book actually. The pages are like really high quality, and yeah, sorry I don't have too much more to say on that. I'm gonna read this soon. Like, I kind of feel bad for mentioning it and not reading it, but I mean, of course I have books that I haven't read. All right, what do we have here? We have 12 Rules for Life by Jordan Peterson. I don't think that needs any introduction. That is obviously not a nutrition book. That's more of a like self-help book and improving your life, but big fan of Dr. Peterson. I'm actually just finishing the last couple pages. I have his second book, Beyond Order, upstairs. I listened to it on Audible first, and then I was just reading it really slowly, like only a couple pages a day to let it sink in. So that one's upstairs. Highly recommend if you are feeling kind of like lost in life and not sure of your purpose and whatnot. Dr. Peterson's books will fix that for you. Oh, Atomic Habits. Again, not a nutrition book, but this is like such a good read. Actually, one of my YouTube subscribers originally recommended this to me, and I bought it immediately and then didn't end up reading it for like 6 months. But when I read it, just so many things clicked. It's about how to form habits, how to break bad habits, how to, I forget what they call it, when you kind of connect habits together. I think it's called like habit linking or something. So then like one habit kind of leads to the next one, and it makes completing all your habits easier. Fantastic, fantastic read for improving productivity. And yep, that is a good one. Ooh, another one which I absolutely love. Why We Get Sick by Dr. Ben Bikman. Fantastic resource on insulin resistance. That is what this whole book is all about, how insulin resistance is related to so many diseases, so many modern day diseases. I mean, type 2 diabetes, PCOS. I actually just did a video on my other channel talking about the connection between insulin resistance, metabolic syndrome, type 2 diabetes, PCOS. So I'll put the link to that up above if you want to check that out. But yeah, dementia, Parkinson's disease, I'm just flipping through here. Insulin resistance is at the root of so many diseases. It is actually crazy. And yep, Dr. Bikman is one of the lead researchers in the field. So this fantastic, fantastic read and resource. I'd say it's somewhere in the middle. It's not super beginner friendly. Insulin resistance is a little bit of a complex topic, but it's not like reading a textbook or something like that. So recommend. Haven't read that one yet. The Great Cholesterol Myth, that's another one I have not read yet. The Carnivore Code by Paul Saladino. I'm sure this is the old cover. Actually, one of my YouTube subscribers sent me this. I cannot remember who it was off the top of my head. I have a letter that he wrote to me with it upstairs, but thank you. You know who you are if you're watching this. Of course, this is all about the carnivore diet and the benefits, why it makes sense, why meat is healthy, all the good stuff. Really good read. We have next, Carnivore Cure. This is by my good friend, Judy. And again, this is another resource for the carnivore diet. And Judy, if you guys know Judy, She goes by Nutrition with Judy here on YouTube and on Instagram. You've probably seen her on Instagram. She does amazing infographics that go super deep into different topics. She focuses a lot on gut health, and this book, absolutely fantastic. Such a good resource. It does go pretty deep into different topics, but yeah, Judy is just the infographic queen. Anything to do with the carnivore diet, this is pretty much the Bible. Okay, then we have Wired to Eat. This one I would say is another beginner-friendly option. This is written by Rob Wolf, who was the co-author of Sacred Cow, if you remember. And this is pretty much just for anyone who's just getting started with eating like an ancestral, primal, paleo diet. He talks about the option to go lower carb, but you don't have to. Yeah, just focuses on eating real whole food. The cover says, turn off cravings, rewire your appetite for weight loss, and determine the foods that work for you. Great, great read. Then the Circadian Code. Oh my God, I love this book. So many of my videos I do on sleep and my posts I do on Instagram on sleep and circadian rhythm and light optimization, I get a lot of that information from this book. This is written by Dr. 𝗖𝗟𝗜𝗖𝗏 𝗏, who is one of the lead researchers in the field of circadian rhythm. And it is crazy how much light in particular plays a role in regulating our sleep and our health in general. Obviously, well, not obviously, but if you've been around my channel and my Instagram and whatnot for a while, you will know that I talk about how important it is to get natural light during the day and how important it is to block blue light in the evening. I'm always talking about my blue light blocking glasses from Blue Blocks, which swear by them. They will change your life. They will make you sleep so much better. You'll fall asleep faster. You will get deeper sleep. You won't wake up as often. Get better quality sleep in general. I will put the link to those in the description box down below. And I do have a few videos on blue light specifically and just managing light and sleep. So I'll link one of those above for you guys to check out. But yeah, this just goes so deep into our circadian rhythm and the role it plays in our health. Not just with our sleep, but with digesting food, with exercise. Like, it ties in with so many different components of our health that we just have no idea about. And yeah, if you want to improve your sleep, the cover says, lose weight, supercharge your energy, and sleep well every night. Circadian Code. Okay, oh, then I have Breathe. This one has been highly, highly recommended to me by numerous people. And again, I haven't read it yet. I'm really trying to read more. I mean, obviously, I read quite a lot, I think, or I read a lot more than I used to, but I could always read more. I clearly have a few books that I need to read. This one I haven't read either, and Fast Asleep I have not read either. We'll skip ahead to The Dietitian's Dilemma. And this one, stick those back there, is by Michelle Hearn, who is a registered dietitian. And if you see down here, it says graphics by health coach Kait. And Michelle actually used my infographics in her book. Let's see if I can find one. I know there's a lot in here. Like this one, for example, you might recognize from Instagram. And yeah, so they are all throughout the book. And Michelle is talking in this book a lot about her own health struggles and her own issues she faced as a dietitian, trying to follow the government guidelines in terms of nutrition and how that was just absolutely failing her patients. She talks a lot about low carb diets, the benefits, especially with obesity, type 2 diabetes, and everything else associated with those diseases. Yeah, obviously Michelle has been working as a dietitian for several years. She has a lot of real world experience with patients and working in like hospitals and stuff, and being told to promote and prescribe the nutritional guidelines to her patients, and just seeing how that was failing them. And especially with like hospital food as well, how it is pretty much just low salt and low fat, and that's the only criteria that it has to follow. So it's super high in sugar, high in carbs, low in protein, low in fat, obviously, and just setting hospital patients up for failure and not giving them what they need to recover in the hospital. So dietitian's dilemma. What else do I have here? I think that might be all that I'm going to talk about today. Oh, so I have a few cookbooks down here. Where did I have this one? Honestly, I don't use cookbooks very often. I am such a lazy cook. I just have a handful of meals which I cook on repeat. But someone recommended me this one called Meat, the Ultimate Companion. I can get it out. I'm shaking my whole bookshelf. Okay. Oh my god, this is heavy. And I flipped through this a few times. I don't think I've made any of the recipes, if I'm being completely honest, but oh my god, they do look fantastic. I should probably start opening my cookbooks more. I used to try to do like mix things up every week, but now, you know what? I live alone. I cook for myself. I don't really have like I guess I probably should cook better for myself, but yeah, I just keep things really basic. Oh, there's a whole section on cooking wild meat here. Yeah, this is a good resource, but honestly, I haven't used it much. I mean, this is just like a meat cookbook. I feel like someone gifted this to me or Max maybe. And again, oh, I think I've done the prosciutto wrapped chicken with browned sage butter once. That turned out pretty good. I have like a good fat cooking. I quit sugar cookbook. Honestly, same thing. Haven't made a lot out of this. I think I got this when I was first quitting sugar. Oh, I have this bone broth book, which I actually worked with the author Quinn Wilson on like an Instagram promotion. This is actually a really great resource for different types of bone broths and making different drinks with them and using bone broth in cooking. Fantastic. I will link that down below as well. This one I wanted to give away, probiotic drinks. And then I have the the Carnivore Cookbook by Primal Edge Health. So all of these recipes are carnivore. Like, see some photos. Yeah. That's a good one for anyone who is eating a strict carnivore diet. And I have one more I'm gonna grab. I have so much cat hair on these pants. This one is actually probably the cookbook that I use the most. This is Nourishing Traditions by Sally Fallon. And this kind of goes hand in hand with deep nutrition. Same sort of principles, using proper preparation techniques and whatnot. And then it has a bunch of delicious recipes bookmarked here. Stuffed mushrooms. I have leaf wrapped salmon, sesame buffalo wings. Ooh, those are so good with like sesame seeds on the outside. Pepper steak, leg of lamb. I've done that a few times. It was pretty good. Curried chicken. This is like probably my #1 recommendation for a cookbook. Anyways, guys, I think I will wrap this up here. So thank you for watching. I hope you enjoyed this video. I'm going to be posting more on my vlog channel. Just been going through a lot of changes this year. And yeah, so haven't been feeling super creative. I've just been focusing on my main channel, on getting content out there. But I want to post more here, and as I said, I will be moving in a couple of weeks, so I'm thinking on doing like a moving vlog and then like a little bit of decorating and organization as I move in, which I'm so excited. Again, knock on wood. I swear if it falls through, I'm blaming it on this video. Oh, but it's not going to. Do I remain optimistic? I have no idea. Anyways, guys, I'm gonna wrap this up here. So thank you again for watching. And if you're not already subscribed to my vlog channel, make sure to subscribe, give this video a thumbs up. Actually, I didn't even mention this. The main reason I made this channel, or not really the main reason, but one reason is because I am getting jaw surgery in a couple of months, hence why I have braces. So I've done a few videos talking about that, which I will put above if you want to watch those, or you can just head over to my videos on this channel. What am I trying to say? So in the next few months, I will have some videos up talking about the lead up to the actual surgery and then the actual surgery. Ooh, so that'll be fun. But yeah, I will talk to you guys soon. Bye.